Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Adam bin AZZIZI and my registration number is 01DT21F1002 and today I am here with MUHAIMIN and EZZAT to present our problem-based task that we have completed together. So, here are the questions for the problem-based task. So, as stated in the question, our task is we need to install, configure and secure a FTP server vs FTPD in Ubuntu to have a powerful security against FTP vulnerability. So there are three tasks. Task 1 is installing the VS FTP server. The second task is to configure the VS FTP server. And the third task is to test the VS FTP server. So before we begin all three of these tasks, we have decided who is going to explain each task. For task 1, EZZAT is going to explain it. Following that, I am going to continue with task 2, leaving MUHAIMIN with task 3. So, without further ado, I am going to pass this presentation to EZZAT.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AZZAHARI. My matrix number is 01DDT21F1017. Right now, I will demonstrate on how to install the VS FTP server. Step 1 is install VS FTP server. Type in sudo apt update and then click enter. Then you have to enter your password and then click enter. Next is type in sudo apt-get install VS FTPD. Then press enter and it will ask for your password. Then press enter. Then it will manage for your installation. Move into the next one is sudo ufw allow 20/tcp and then press enter. Sudo ufw allow 21/tcp. This is for open port for 20 and 21 in UFW firewall. Next, type in sudo ufw status, press enter. Sudo ufw enable, press enter. So this is to check status UFW firewall. Next is the last step for information installation. Type in systemctl enable VS FTPD. Enter systemctl start VS FTPD. Enter service VS FTPD and then start and press enter.
Thank you, EZZAT, for your explanation. Okay, so now I am going to continue our presentation with task 2, which is to configure a VS FTP server. Let's go. So first, we need to make a backup of the original config file for security purposes. The command is as stated in slide. Then, we need to open the VSFTPD config file and modify with the following options. We'll use the nano file editor for this, but you can use any file editor you like, such as vim. Okay, so here are the modifications that we need to make. After that, we need to configure VSFTPD to allow deny FTP access to users based on the user list file. Here are the commands that we have used and the modifications that we have made. Lastly, we need to restart VS FTPD services. It is important to restart the service so that all the new modifications that we have made are fully functional. Here are the commands we have used to restart it. Okay, so that is all the configuration that we have done for the VS FTP server. Now, we will be moving on to the last task for this problem-based task, which is testing the VS FTP server. I will pass the presentation on to MUHAIMIN.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, Mr. Fariz. My name is Ahli. I'm the matrix number is 01DT21F141. Now, I will continue the presentation. In the step 3, testing VS FTP server. So the first step is add a new user by using command sudo add user admin. Then I set a strong password and skip through all the others prompts. The second step is I add the user to the allow FTP user list by using command echo username sudo t -a/etc/vsftpd dot user list. Then step 3, I create FTP and file directories. So the first command is to create the FTP folder, which is sudo mkdir FTP. Then the second command is I set the ownership, sudo chown nobody no group FTP. Then I remove the right permission on the third command. Then in this step, I create actual writable directory for the files by using command sudo mkdir FTP upload, and then set the ownership. After that, I add the file to use for testing, which is echo vsftpd test file. Sudo t FTP upload test.txt. So on the last step, we will test FTP access after full functionally by the FTP server. First, we put the FTP IP address, which is we get from Internet 0. So that we log in as anonymous, which is we don't create it, and then the login is fake. We go out by using a command by, then we go to enter another as a sudo user, which is we don't create also, and the login is failed. Then we try to connect by using the user we create, which is and the login is successfully after we put the password. Now this is the last step. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohaimin, for your superb explanation. So that is all from us today. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoy watching this video and also understand what we have done. We hope you have a nice day.